All right, guys, good day. This is going to be my first trade recap video for the week. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I caught this 1:10 trade on XAUUSD for itself. And you can see I posted every record on my Telegram record sheet. You can see this was the before and then this was the after. All right, so let's just go straight into the chart. So I'm going to be using Saxo Broker for an example. So let's just go through what I saw and why I took that trade. Now, first things first was this trade wasn't a high probability trade for me, but due to certain things, certain rules I have in my trading log, I was able to know that okay, I could actually take this trade and risk some certain percent of my capital, which I'm willing to risk. Okay, so naturally, I would have risked a whole $25 on this trade. You understand? But I decided to risk half of it. Half of it. Why? I'm going to explain that to you guys shortly. So let's go over it. So some of this concept I'm going to be using on this video, I have not dropped proper video recordings on them. So in case probably you've watched my first video, my second video, and you're probably confused, say less. Don't get worried. I'm going to send you. I'm going to be dropping more videos talking about all my concepts, what I've learned so far, what basically I use to trade the financial market. All right, so let's go straight forward. So first things first is we want to definitely know our storyline because our storyline is our popular directional bias. With our storyline, we know what in what line should we be with the market? What is the direction of the market at this period in time? Okay, so or for a duration of time. Beautiful. So first things first, I saw that I have here we have a daily reject daily around here. So daily was rejecting daily using this key level here. There's a key level here. So this if you go to your line chart, you can see that this is a V-shaped key level. So price as at last week was rejecting off this V-shaped key level here, creating what a daily rejects what daily. Beautiful. Now then price gave a storyline for a bullish move to the upside. Now we needed to understand that we had other key levels that could create what a new storyline, which is one of these ones here. Okay, so I have this key level here. This is also a key level. So this is an A-shaped key level. Beautiful. And you can see that this A-shaped key level I'm using is fresh. Remember from the first concept I explained to you guys, make sure your key levels are fresh. They have higher chance of what respecting them. Okay, beautiful. So I have this A-shaped key level here, and as at Friday, price rejected of this A-shaped key level. You can see this is the Friday candlestick, which is the 3rd of July 2026. You can see daily rejecting daily. Good, beautiful. The moment I saw that, I needed to see what a storyline, right? Beautiful. So I was waiting on Monday with a complementation of looking at the market, either sell or price, use the Monday candle to actually break out and then start to push to the upside. Those were the two things I was looking for. And immediately after that, I scaled down to my 4-hour time frame, okay, to look out for where I can have a possible breakout if this market is supposed to sell. Where can I have a possible breakout if this market is supposed to sell? When we're talking about breakouts, we're just literally talking about market structure shifts, change of character, whichever concept you understand well. Okay, so this is where I indicated by breakouts, which is the last look price created before the market touched our key level. Okay, so I can use this. You see BO, which stands for breakout. Now, if you notice something here, why didn't I use this low here? Beautiful question. Okay, when it comes to Malaysian MSNR, you need to use a low that was created before price touched towards the key level. That's how you mark out your breakout or your market structure shift. Beautiful. So then, yes, on Monday we had price produce this candle. The moment I saw this, I was happy, and at the same time, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I don't think I should take this trade. Now, the moment you see there's a concept in Malaysian SNR that says when X rejects X, there's a high probability setup. But at this point in time, that setup is not high probability because we've not had what a breakout. There's not been a confirmation that price wants to start to sell. Those were the those were the complications I had at that point in time. Okay, so what did I do? I have a rule that says, oh, once I see a setup like this that has this high potential of what's playing out, but some certain criteria have not been met, I can decide to up on this trade by risking half of my capital, half of my risk. Sorry, half of my risk for that day. So let's say I was risking $30 in a hole for the day. I decided to risk $15, and I risked $15 for this trade. So why did I take this trade? Price created another key level here for me, which is using the Monday candlestick and the Friday candlestick. Now, if you guys notice, I've not been to the lower time frame. I've just been doing my analysis on the higher time frame. That's because when trading Malaysian SNR, necessarily you don't need lower time frames that much. You only use them for entries. You understand? And the max lower time frame you can see me using for my entries most of the time, unless I'm using a continuation setup, which I'll show you guys later in the future. I can go as low as 15 minutes, but the standard time frame for me to actually trade, the lowest time frame I can actually use is just the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys right now what I used and how I used it. Okay, so beautiful. So I had this particular A-shaped key level formed here. Okay, if you look at the line, this was an A-shaped key level. Now, mind you, this is Tuesday when I took the trade, which was yesterday, 7th of July. Okay, beautiful. Now I had this A-shaped key level. At this point in time, I already have the concept of what X rejects what X. So this is X, and as produces another key level rejecting another key level. All you have to do is focus on what the entry zone here, okay? The entry zone here, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how I took this trade. So immediately I saw this, I knew that I could have an A plus setup playing out here. But I needed a breakout. The fact that Tuesday did not give me that breakout was what was disturbing for me. Okay, so but I was like, I'm not going to let this trade pass me by. I'm going to risk half of the capital I'm willing to risk for that day. All right. So what did I do then? I used my square box. Okay. You're going to see me doing this most of the time when I start to explain, when I've sent out all my videos on how to trade Malaysian SNR. So I would mark out the zone after I saw my key level. This is going to be my first time frame key level, my first time frame line. Okay. This line I marked here is called my first time frame line, which is my first entry line where I'm looking to enter this trade. Okay. And I'm entering it off an A-shaped key level. Okay. But now I have to refine this key level at least 2 time frames downward. Okay. I have to refine this key level to have a very good sniper entry. So what did I do? I marked out my zone. This week, you notice what I did here. I marked out the week from the after the ending of the bodies straight up to the weeks. You can see this is the highest week here, so I made sure that the zone got that highest week. All right, beautiful. After doing that, I scaled down to my 4 hours time frame. Now, in the 4 hours time frame, we have certain key levels, just 2 key levels that you should be looking out for when you want to trade in the 4 hours time frame, or you want to refine in the 4 hours time frame. What are you looking out for? You're looking out for a support or a resistance. If you are looking to sell, obviously you know what you're looking for. You're looking for a resistance, which is an A-shaped key level, right? Beautiful. If you're looking to buy, you look for what? A support, which is a V-shaped key level. Beautiful. And then the second one we always look out for is a QM. Okay, if you have a QM, beautiful, you're good to go. All right, beautiful. So what did I see here? The first one that caught my attention was this A-shaped key level. So I marked it up. You can see it is unmitigated. Beautiful. Now I have this one here. This is a QM. I have one QM here also on the 4 hours, right? I have one QM here. And if you look very well, you notice that we still have another QM here in line with what our daily level we marked, our first level. So there's a QM here, okay? And we have these key levels here. This is a QM. You can see this. I know I've not taught you guys QM, so don't get confused. Don't worry. I'm going to send you guys those videos. So this is a QM here. This is an A-shaped key level here for me. So I marked out those key levels. Now I have to go to my third time frame zone, okay? Refine again to 1 hour. So my third time frame zone is what? The 1 hour. And then I can now see a closer QM that was formed even before the 4 hour QM I had. I will pick that QM. Okay, I'll pick that QM because that's also important and it's within the zone. So I'm going to pick this QM here. This was a QM that was formed before all these ones up here. Okay, so what do? I can now have all these ones removed. I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to actually leave, I'm supposed to leave one here, this one, but I removed it at the same time. And then I was going to use 1 hour worth refinement, which is my third time frame refinement QM. Are you there with me? So this QM was formed before all this one. So high chances price will come to this first one The first one was formed obviously, so others might not price might not get to others, and price might just use the first one to move. Okay, so once I see the first QM that was formed, okay, you can see that I would have said, oh, why didn't you use this A-shaped key level here? Why? Because it was mitigated. Price what pushed through it and came down, turning it into what a QM. But this one was the first QM that was created. Okay, so that's why I used that. And if you look at that carefully, I placed my entry here for a sell right there. So that's the refinement I have. And then my stop loss is just going to be above the wick of my QM. Okay. And then I'm going to target what's the next draw on liquidity. So your next draw on liquidity can be this breakout block here. So I was looking at targeting this breakout block here, but I just made sure I had at least 1:10 if this trade was to play out. So, but my initial plan would have been to target this drawn liquidity here. It can be this low here or this here. This is a resistance turn support. Okay, so this zone here can be my full target. Okay, so you can get it to this point, and you can see price got to that point and smashed complete TP. So if you go back to your 1 hour time frame, you waited for price. Give me a minute. So let me remove all this refinement so you don't get confused. So I waited for price retraced back to my entry zone, tapped me in. You can see immediately tapped me in, price dished out completely. Okay. So like I said, I closed at 1:10 because that was the drawn liquidity. That was like the risk reward ratio for this trade I had in mind. Okay. And then if you ask me why did I take this trade without looking out for a breakout, I told you guys already. Okay. We have X rejecting X. That's an high probability setup, but we did not have the breakout, which did not make it like a probability, the A plus probability setup we're looking at. So we can classify it under probability B setup, and then I took the trade risking just half of the capital I was willing to risk for that day. Okay, so you can see this was me risking $15 to make close to around 150. Okay, so I made close to around 150, giving me 1:10. Okay, so that is how I took this trade on XAUUSD. And you can see this is just Tuesday movement. We're still looking for more opportunities. Now I'm going to show you guys how to take trades, how to filter noise. I'm going to show you guys very soon on my videos. Once I've dropped all the necessary videos for you guys to understand Malaysian MSNR, I'm going to start to show you how you don't necessarily, every setup I look out for starts from the daily, ends in the 1 hour. Entry cannot be refined up to as low as 15 minutes. But my setup, when I come into the market every day, I just go to the daily. Is it I'm using what? An A-shaped key level or a V-shaped key level and OCL on the daily time frame. Those are the key levels I'm looking out for. Those are the key levels I'm looking out for. And QM. Those are the key levels I'm looking out for. Something like this. My next possible setup now on this trade is this candle broke out of this level here. Okay, so this could have been a key zone, but it is not, thank God. So the next possible entry I might want to be looking out for, I can refine is this here. This one lap OCL here. Okay, so I was hoping for price to come back here for a retest, but it didn't happen. Okay, so if this candle ends today, we have this lap OCL here. We can also use this. Okay, then we refine. We wait for price to get to that OCL. We refine, mitigate, tap, and reject back. We already know at this point in time, price has already given us a directional bias because what? We already have what? A breakout. So this storyline has been confirmed. This storyline has been confirmed, guys. So we are looking to take more sales down to another daily key level. Okay, so another daily key level is this RBS here. This resistance that turned into support. Another daily key level is this V-shaped key level, this OCL here. Okay, so but right now we are bearish on XAUUSD. Okay, thank you guys so much. If you liked this video, you probably got 1 or 2 things from this video, you found it educative, please click on the like button and also click on the subscribe button. All right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.